Kali is the bloodthirsty goddess of war in Hindu mythology, and also the consort of Shiva. She is famous for her terrifying appearance. Dark blue-black skin, 3 eyes, 4 arms, wielding weapons and skulls, wearing a necklace made of human heads and a skirt fashioned from severed arms. Just a glance at her is enough to strike fear into anyone. Not only fierce, Kali possesses immense power. She once single-handedly annihilated an entire divine army, defeated its commander, and offered his head to a goddess she created herself. Even more terrifying, in battles against enemies capable of producing endless clones from their own blood, Kali drank their blood directly, devoured her foes, and tore them apart to secure victory. For her, there are no boundaries of conventional morality. Any means are justified if they lead to triumph. What makes Kali truly dreadful is that once she falls into a frenzy, no one can stop her. Even Shiva, the supreme god of destruction, is powerless. Only when he lay down beneath her feet to absorb the shock of her frenzied dance did the world escape annihilation. The iconic image of Kali stepping on Shiva, her tongue playfully protruding, has been immortalized in many artworks. It symbolizes both unparalleled power and ultimate terror. Because of this, Kali is revered as a goddess of victory and prosperity, one of the most formidable deities in Hinduism. Durga is a goddess born from the combined powers of multiple gods to defeat the demon king Mahishasura, the leader of the Asura clan and a dangerous foe of the divine realm. Her name means buffalo demon, and true to it, she is so powerful that even Indra, the king of the gods, was defeated and driven from heaven. This immense power stemmed from Mahishasura's intense austerities and devotion, which earned him invincibility from the creator Brahma. This proved to be a fatal mistake, as it made him unbeatable by any god or demigod. Facing this threat, the gods united to create Durga, a goddess both beautiful and valiant, bestowed with all their ultimate weapons. Fully armed and supremely powerful, she became the final weapon of the divine realm. In the decisive battle, even Mahishasura, who once struck terror into all of heaven, could not withstand her. Ultimately, he was defeated, and Durga was celebrated as one of the most powerful goddesses in Hindu mythology, a symbol of victory and overwhelming strength. Gaia is the Mother Earth in Greek mythology, symbolizing land and life, and one of the primordial deities to emerge after chaos. She gave birth to many gods and created Uranus, whom she took as her consort. Together, Gaia and Uranus produced 12 titans and many other giant beings. However, when monstrous children such as the Cyclopes and Hecatoncères were born, Uranus, disgusted, imprisoned them in Tartarus. Enraged by his cruelty, Gaia gave her youngest son, Cronus, a magical sickle to overthrow his father. Cronus killed Uranus and took the throne, but he also refused to free his siblings, angering Gaia once more. Later, Gaia sided with Zeus in the rebellion against Cronus. Yet Zeus also imprisoned the Titans and her descendants in Tartarus. Infuriated, Gaia set Typhon, the most fearsome monster in Greece, to attack Zeus. The battle was so fierce that Zeus was once defeated and imprisoned, but eventually he triumphed and destroyed Typhon. From a creative Mother Earth, Gaia became the origin of rebellions and family tragedies that span generations. Despite her immense power, she ultimately had to accept Zeus's dominion. Hera is the queen of the Greek gods, renowned for her jealousy and acts of vengeance. In essence, she is the goddess of marriage, tasked with protecting the rights of wives, so punishing those who commit adultery with Zeus is part of her duty, not merely an expression of jealousy. Because Zeus was notoriously unfaithful, Hera often appears as an antagonist in myths. Yet in reality, she is a beautiful, authoritative goddess, revered as the First Lady of Olympus. When enraged, Hera can be strict even with her own descendants, but she treats the kind-hearted and respectful with generosity. For instance, she aided Jason during the Argonauts' expedition and supported his marriage to Medea. Hera also possesses formidable power. During the Trojan War, she once defeated Artemis. While she cannot rival Zeus, Hera's strength is enough to command respect and instill caution in her adversaries. Her power is even more impressive considering her husband, Zeus, has a superhuman physique capable of defeating Titans using the full might of his thunderbolts. Hera is therefore regarded as one of the most powerful goddesses in Greek mythology. Nüwa in Chinese mythology is the creator of humanity and protector of mankind from extinction. She is frequently mentioned in legends such as Fengshen Yanyi, but in the original myths, Nüwa's role is far more significant. Nüwa, along with Fuxi, is considered one of the 2 primordial deities who created all living things and humans. She's often depicted as half human, half dragon. Nüwa fashioned the first humans from clay, using her reflection in water. These were regarded as noble beings. To create the masses, she flicked muddy clay with a rope, each droplet becoming an ordinary person. To ensure humanity's survival, Nüwa also established marriage, pairing men and women to bear children, earning her recognition as a goddess of marriage as well. Another famous legend is Nüwa repairing the heavens. After the 4 pillars of the sky were broken by Gongon, the sky cracked, monsters invaded, and humanity faced extinction. Nüwa mended the heavens using multicolored stones, cut the legs of a giant turtle to replace the broken pillars, defeated the black dragon, and restored the land with straw and ashes. In just 10 days, she restored order to the world and saved humanity. Ishtar is a goddess from Mesopotamian mythology, renowned for her intense love and the tragedies she causes. In Akkadian myths, she is called Ishtar. In Sumerian myths, Inanna. She's one of the supreme goddesses, representing love, fertility, water, and earth. But unlike many goddesses, she's less associated with motherhood and more known for her impulsive, passionate, and contradictory personality. Ishtar's influence spread across the ancient world. In Egypt, she is associated with Isis, in Greece, with Aphrodite, and in Rome, with Juno. Many powerful goddesses in other cultures derive from her archetype. 2 prominent myths illustrate her character. First, when Ishtar attempted to seduce Gilgamesh but was rejected, she, hurt, begged her father to create the Bull of Heaven for revenge, resulting in the death of Gilgamesh's close friend Enkidu. This earned her the reputation of a female antagonist. The second story recounts Ishtar's descent into the underworld, either to rescue her husband Tammuz or for reasons related to power or funeral rites, depending on the version. Facing her sister Ereshkigal, the queen of the dead, Ishtar was forced to remove her jewelry and garments, endure humiliation, and be imprisoned for several days. With the help of other gods, she eventually rescued her husband and escaped the underworld. Through these legends, Ishtar emerges as both powerful and complex, a goddess of love who also embodies tragedy and the archetype of a female antagonist in Mesopotamian mythology. Tiamat is the goddess of the sea in Mesopotamian mythology and the mother of 11 fearsome monsters. In fantasy games, she's often depicted as a giant dragon, but in the original myths, Tiamat is a sea goddess, sometimes taking the form of a serpent. During her battle with Marduk, she is described as having 2 heads, a long serpentine body, and no limbs. Later, the dragon imagery became more common. Tiamat, together with the freshwater god Apsu, created the world and gave birth to many gods. As their children multiplied, Apsu sought to destroy them, ignoring Tiamat's pleas. Apsu's son Ea discovered and killed his father, and Apsu's offspring took control of the world. Initially, Tiamat only observed, but the chaos and mischief of the gods eventually drove her to declare war. She created 11 powerful monsters from her own blood and granted command to Kingu, her son and second consort, to lead her army against Marduk. However, Marduk was overwhelmingly powerful. He single-handedly defeated Kingu and the entire army. In a one-on-one battle, Marduk provoked Tiamat and used a devastating strike to pierce her heart. Tiamat's body was torn apart by Marduk to form the heavens and the earth. Kingu was executed, and from his blood, humanity was born. Thus, Tiamat is both a mother and grandmother to humankind, yet her power was ultimately surpassed by Marduk. Sekhmet is an Egyptian goddess with the head of a lion and the body of a woman who nearly annihilated humanity. She wears the solar disk on her head, symbolizing the blazing midday sun. Sekhmet is a goddess of destruction, vengeance, and protection, associated with the sun god Ra, wife of Ta, and mother of Nefertum, forming part of the triad of gods of Memphis. Her desire to destroy humanity is directly linked to Ra. When angered that humans did not honor him, Ra sent Sekhmet to Earth. Born from Ra's eye, Sekhmet wielded tremendous destructive power. She slaughtered humans mercilessly, to the point that even Ra grew concerned. Legends say the Red Desert is stained with human blood. Fortunately, humans tricked Sekhmet into drinking beer brewed from red pomegranates, resembling blood. Intoxicated, she ceased her slaughter, sparing humanity from extinction. Despite her fearsome nature, Sekhmet is gentle within her family. Among mythological goddesses, few have caused such devastation, but Sekhmet stands out as the goddess who truly threatened humanity. Hel is the queen of the dead in Norse mythology, ruling over the souls of those not chosen for Valhalla. She is the daughter of the trickster god Loki and the giantess Angerboda, with siblings Fenrir and Jormungandr, who bring terror during Ragnarok. The name Hel means to hide or conceal, and is the origin of the English word hell. Her body is divided, one half normal, the other half decayed, symbolizing half alive, half dead. Expelled by Odin at birth, Hel was cast into Niflheim, the frozen world, where she rules over the dead. This realm is known as Helheim. Hel is the only deity with the power to return souls to the living. A notable example is the story of Baldur. When he was killed, Hel declared that if all beings wept for Baldur, he would be revived. However, Loki, disguised as an old woman, sabotaged the process, preventing Baldur's resurrection. She is also linked to an ancient Germanic practice of cutting the nails of the dead, as these were used to construct a massive ship in preparation for Ragnarok. Hel's fate after the apocalypse is uncertain. Some myths say she continues to rule the dead, while others claim both she and Helheim were destroyed. The goddess Amanozako is considered the ancestor of the Tengu and Amanozako in Japanese mythology. She is recorded in Edo period texts such as Wakan Sansai Zue and Konjaku Hyaki Shui, reflecting the rebellious spirit characteristic of Japanese culture. Amanozako's origin is unique. When the god Susanoo exhaled a breath full of anger and energy, it transformed into a living being, her. Amanozako's form is almost human, but her face resembles that of a beast, with a prominent nose, long ears, and sharp fangs. When displeased, she erupts in rage, capable of hurling even the most powerful gods and crushing weapons with her teeth. Like her descendant Amanozako never submits to anyone and constantly seeks to overturn order. She also gave birth to Amanosakagami, a powerful deity embodying wickedness. Despite the chaos she brings, Amanozako retains a creative aspect. Mother and child once allied, spreading disorder everywhere, becoming a formidable duo in mythology. Amaterasu is the sun goddess and the supreme deity in Japanese mythology. Originally worshipped only by the imperial family, she is now regarded as the common ancestor of the Japanese people. Amaterasu was born when Izanagi, the god who created the land of Japan, returned from the underworld and purified himself in a river. From this purification, 3 deities emerged: Susanoo, Tsukuyomi, and Amaterasu. Izanagi assigned Susanoo to govern the seas, Tsukuyomi to rule the night, and Amaterasu to preside over Takamagahara, making her the supreme goddess. Her most famous story is when Amaterasu hid in the rock cave Ama no Iwato after being angered by Susanoo's destructive behavior, plunging the world into darkness and chaos. The other gods failed to persuade her, so they held a lively feast outside the cave, accompanied by the sensual dance of the goddess Ame no Uzume to lure her out. Curious, Amaterasu peeked through the door, and Ame no Tajikaro pulled her out, restoring light to the world. The mere fact that the world fell into chaos when she disappeared demonstrates Amaterasu's immense power. That a female deity could hold the supreme position, a rarity in mythology, makes her all the more extraordinary and powerful. Finally, the question arises, who is truly the strongest goddess among all the deities we have explored? Power is not only derived from combat ability, but also from the capacity to create, maintain, or control cosmic order. It is this diversity that makes each goddess unique and worthy of respect in her own way. And you, who do you think is the most powerful goddess? Share your thoughts. Thank you for watching this video. See you in upcoming content.